Hello everyone, a quick video for you today, a second video this week, don't think it's going to be often. The 10.0 test server is up, which means the Rubicon, which means the Centurion Action 10, and a whole load of other HD vehicles. Render distance has been changed, a whole lot of changes that I'm going to test right now, and I'm going to log on the test server and hopefully play with the Centurion... Oh. Okay. You know what, while I try to log in on a different account, I'm going to have a read of what has been changed. So let's go. So basically a lot has been changed. Something like the Carnarvon, the stock turret is now the Centurion turret, and the top turret is now the Centurion Action 10 turret. Isn't that weird? And on the Conqueror, the stock turret is now the Centurion Action 10 turret, and the top turret is, well, still the boring old Conqueror turret as we know it. But that's not what I'm here for. I am here for the Centurion Action 10. Look at it, it's beautiful. Yeah, look at it. It is so good looking. And you know what else is great about the Centurion Action 10? It's top speed. It can actually go faster than 40 kilometers an hour. So let's test it out in game while we look at its beautiful model of a giant floodlight. I don't know why they added the floodlight. There's no reason, because lights don't really work in World of Tanks, do they? And a small warning, it is the test server, so a couple of things are glitched. The sounds don't always work, because sometimes I hear a tank getting hit by heat rounds that is more than 50 meters away from me. But hey ho, what you gonna do? I'm driving the Centurion Action 10, and I couldn't be happier, because I can actually drive a tank now that is faster than 40 kilometers an hour. I liked the FE4202, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to love the Centurion Action 10 because it also fires heat. You know, instead of 200mm high explosive rounds, which are, you know, they're good, but they're not helpful in situations where you have to pen the enemy. And this is something the FE4202 could have never done. If you look behind me, you can see that I'm miles ahead of the E50M. That is a fast tank, and I'm faster at it now. And did you see the acceleration? Oh, I'm going to love this tank so much. And the best part about this tank is it has gun depression. It has 10 degrees of gun depression. There's downsides to the Centurion Action 10 though. It has less frontal armor than the FE42 because basically the FE4202 was overbuffed. Because it was not really as good for a tier 10. And this is another thing. Look at the aim time. Look at the dispersion. This tank has worse dispersion than the FE42. Mainly because the FE4202 was overbuffed. And that makes me a bit sad. Because I got so used to the gun dispersion on the FE... I'm just gonna say FE now, because FE4202, I'm going to trip over my own words and tongue and probably break my neck in the process. So yeah, I got so used to the gun dispersion that it feels like this tank has a really bad gun dispersion and aim time. Even though the aim time is technically only 2.1 seconds. It just does not feel like it. Other than that, great gun. It's very accurate. It fires APDS or APCR in-game, heat as second ammunition, and still fires HESH as third ammunition with 100mm of penetration. It is very powerful. Now don't ask me why I was suddenly standing still there. I was on TeamSpeak with a bunch of people from QSFE, and I was just basically talking like, oh my god, it's such a good tank, I want to have it now, everything is so good. Here I'm checking the gun elevation, which is pretty good, and I checked the gun depression earlier, which is 10 degrees. Yeah, this is my first game in Centurion Action 10, and I was very excited to play it. I played it at something like 1 AM at night, and I've just been downloading the test server in the HD patch, so it took me about 2-3 hours to download it, sitting there waiting to actually get to play it. Did you see the birds fly by? Good job, Wargaming. And that is an enemy Centurion Action 10, and I want to test my armor, or his armor, or each other's armor, by shooting it right in the gun. And well, it just pens. But that's okay, because 270mm versus, you know, a flat side part of the turret. And again, I mean, frontal part of the turret. It just will pen, and I'm getting fired at by a T125, firing heat, which is not surprising. And there, did you see that bounce? Top of the turret, very well angled, it will not pen. So, whereas the hull is a bit worse than the FE4202, the turret is basically the same, and still very troll if you hit it on the angled parts. And here I'm jockeying for position a bit. I'm getting shot in the side by a Tiger II and a T125, but I want to keep pressure on this other Centurion Action 10, which I hit in the lower plate. Great shot. With that dispersion I thought that was going to miss, but I hit it anyway. And that T10. And that T10 is the replacement for the IS-8. Did you see that bounce? I thought it hit the front of his turret, but it bounced and he bounced on me. So this turret is not even that bad. And yeah, the T10, replacement for the IS-8. Basically, it has been the HD version, and they just renamed it to what it actually should have been. So the Centurion Action 10 dies to, what is it, RE50M, and I put a shot onto the front of the IS-8, or actually T10 turret, because I want to test it out. And I bounce, so that's pretty good. And there's another Centurion Action 10 there. E50M dies, I kill the T10, and there's a Type 5 Heavy in the back. What? Then again, this is the test server, so I should expect these sorts of things. And did you hear those heat rounds? I did not get hit by heat. The tanks in front of me got hit by heat, and that's what I meant with the warning at the beginning of the video. So I moved down the hill more because I don't want to sit up the hill, because on top of the hill I'm a massive target. For example, the Type 5 Heavy, the Tiger 2 up there, and somewhere there's still an FV183 in the back, and I don't want to meet him. Maybe he's on the other side, maybe he's on this side, I don't know. You know how the Type 5 Heavy has the best armor in the game, according to some people? Well, I just panned it in the cheeks with this 270mm penetration gun. Which is not surprising, because the cheeks is its weak spot, but still, I should have basically bounced on him, shouldn't have I? Shouldn't have I? I know English, don't worry, I can speak English very good, yeah? Oh look, there's the FV183 215B79. But hey ho, he pulls back, so I kill the Tiger 2 instead. Now, I have the speed to basically close the distance and get below his gun line. And I have to make the decision here, do I go after the FV183 21579 or the T125? Decision made, T125 is dead, let's go after the FV97K3. So I'm going 53 kilometers an hour on flat land right now. I could have never ever done this in the FE. I'm just gonna call it FE now, I don't really care anymore. You know what I was thinking about just now 15 seconds earlier? The IS-8 is now the T10, which means there's the IS-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and people are going to be pissed because probably in their garage they had the IS-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and now it's the IS-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, T10. Why, Wargaming? We hate you. More codes to serve. So yeah, the FV97K3 F49183 died, so that means I can drive over the open field with 53 kilometers an hour to hopefully maybe get a kill on the E100 or the T92. Something I could have never done in the other FV, you know, not the Tier 6 one, the Tier 8 one, or the Tier 9 one, or the Tier 10 one. Oh look, it's the T92. I know what I can do with him. Oh my. Ram him! Ah, that's a good kill. And now just fire a shot into the bum of the E100, set him on fire, and that's the end of the game. So yeah, the Centurion Action 10. An absolutely lovely vehicle, worse armor, worse gun dispersion, but it fires heat and it goes a lot faster. And this is the end of the video, I'll see you next time.